Welcome back to Retro Recovered. In this video we're going to be discussing what effect this announcement has had on the physical PS3 games market. So we are a couple of weeks into this PlayStation crisis, let's just call it that, and if anything things are getting worse actually. When it first happened you thought this is going a little bit grim, but there's been a few recent things that have been happening and it just seems to be kind of getting even more chaotic. I mean, hopefully some of this will settle down, but for example, Infamous 2, a game that was in every other CEX, is now sold out at CEX and going for more on eBay. Not silly money, nothing like, Wet or Puppeteer or anything like that, but still way more than the £15 that CEX charged for it, which is crazy. And people are just kind of like, I don't know, it's like they have to get these games, all of them now. It's kind of crazy to see. I love physical media as much as anybody else, but check this out. This is Puppeteer PS3 sold listings on eBay at the minute. £200, £172, £196. As you can see, it's pretty common to see this game cost that much. And if that's how people want to spend the money, that's fine. I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money, but I'm here to tell you to think about how you might spend your money. Check this out now. PlayStation 3 store, Puppeteer, right there, look. Digital version. This will be around. The store will shut, but if you buy it you'll still be able to get it. Let's buy it today, $10.99 to have the full game. Is there any other editions? No, it's just the full game. So that's insane. Like £11, a pretty good price for this game, given how good and underrated I've heard it's meant to be. I've not played it yet. Is a digital copy or a physical copy worth that much more? I don't think so. I really don't think I could get my head around it. You could have multiple other PS3 bangers for that money. You could have the PS3 library for that kind of money, right? Just because it's rare. Who cares? Let me get into a few more points about this, but we do have the CEX roulette today, so let's do the CEX roulette. So this is a game that I haven't been wanting that long, but it doesn't come in stock very often and it always goes for more on eBay, so I decided to pick this up. And it's interesting, I did try and buy this before, but the game had a cover reprint, and this time, as you can see, it's in absolutely fine condition and it is complete with a manual, so it is worth waiting. So it's quite interesting. There's quite a lot of people who are literally kind of blaming YouTube and people that make YouTube videos for inflating these game prices, which, I mean, I suppose it's not exactly working against the situation, so there is some truth. But oh, 1 second, we have a visitor. Yeah, so there is some truth to that, but the thing is, what I think is the main problem is eBay and people who decide to pay these prices. So it's one thing if you're using CEX. I mean, CEX and even game stores are good because you can trade against that, but people that are paying kind of like these inflated prices that these resellers are asking, those are the ones causing it, because it's all the sold listings that people are looking at. If you don't buy them, there won't be any sold listings. What do you guys think? And things like independent gaming stores, they're being reasonable. There's still a few fairly local to me and they haven't kind of inflated the prices to eBay prices yet. Whether or not they will, I don't know. So they're not the problem. CEX isn't the problem. It's people that are paying these prices. What do you guys think? Let me know. Curious to know what you think. Delicensed games must also be mentioned, like the Transformers games. These top two are not available to purchase digitally. They've been delisted a long time ago, and I think there's a way to go in it, and it says that it was disc only. I can't get it up now, but it says disc only, even on the PlayStation Store. And obviously you can't buy this, right? And that's the same with the other ones as well. Revenge of the Fallen. These are all between £5 and £10 at CEX to get basically on physical. So these are fantastic to grab. And this one, this one's 40 odd quid though, unfortunately. So this is a bit pricey. And but it's the only way of playing it on PlayStation 3. And interestingly, it doesn't seem to have the one that I got yesterday, Fall of Cybertron, I think it's called. That's not on there. That's a really great game too. So any games like that, especially the cheaper Transformers games, are well worth getting physically in my opinion. There's also a lot of people that are saying, well, this happened with the Xbox market when the digital store shut down, prices went up and then they came down again, which is true. But the thing is, PlayStation seems to have like dedicated fans and collectors more so than Xbox. If you've only got to look on YouTube, and you'll find that for every Xbox collector there's at least 3 or 4 times that of PlayStation number one. And it's further augmented by the fact that the PlayStation basically announced that at the same time as when they announced that they were not using discs and going fully digital. So it's still a fairly niche market. Most people are absolutely fine playing digital games, playing, you know, the next COD, GTA 6, that kind of thing, the next big racing game, the next Forza. But, you know, for the niche ones, the collectors, people like us, people like you who are probably watching this video, who like a variety of different games, those are the ones that are going to, you know, be more interested in collecting. So we've got basically a library of games for when you've got to pay £60 for digital games, right? So I think that's really what's the difference between PlayStation and Xbox. I think obviously when Xbox, like I said, there's more PlayStation diehards than what there is Xbox, number one. And number two, that wasn't anywhere near this kind of digital movement that PlayStation have created as well. So that has to be mentioned. In order to keep the argument balanced, it might make more sense to get some games physically, obviously, like this Prince of Persia trilogy, a really nice piece to have in your collection. I don't know why some of these pictures have the American rating. I bought this from CEX, which is the website that we're on, and mine's certainly Peggy and Pal. So yeah, this is a great one to have physically, because you look at the PlayStation store at the minute, and if you were to buy this one, it's still cheaper on the PlayStation store, don't get me wrong, but £12, which is not terrible. But to pay £33 and have it physical, I think is still a pretty good deal personally. Which PS3 game are you currently playing through? I've got some time this afternoon, so I want to check out this one. A lot of people say it's not as good as the original trilogy, but let's see.
I remember. That's how I pull off some of my best moves. I think I can handle that.
So that game is pretty good. It's probably not as good as the original trilogy, but it's by no means bad. And that's the thing with these older games, you're going to have multiple games like this, like the Ratchet and Clank ones. They're not as good as the original trilogy, but they're not bad, and they're not making any more of them. That's the thing. So that's pretty good. I look forward to playing that a little bit more. What else have I got to show you? This was the CEX roulette. I've already showed you this, I think, but in nice condition. Looking forward to playing this. It's by Way Forward, who make the Shantae games, so I do like a good 2D platformer, so happy to add that one. And these are just a few of the physical games that I was showing you in the PS3 store earlier. That's the Prince of Persia Classics HD. You know, that's not much more to get physically, so it's a good buy in my opinion. And this was a recent purchase. I haven't showed you guys yet because there's 2 vlogs with some recent pickups, but I'm just kind of waiting on a deal before I publish those. So I'm sorry it's a little bit out of order chronologically, but you'll see why once those vlogs go live. So yeah, that's really great game I picked up yesterday, and you'll see the story behind that one. Looking forward to playing that quite a bit more actually. And yeah, just like I said, these licensed games are ones to get. They're probably cheaper physically at this point than what they are digitally. So those are the Transformers games that I've got. Unfortunately, the Devastation one is sold out, which also looks really good, and it was only £18 at CEX on PS3. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this vlog, then please like this video, subscribe to this channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you as always for watching.